Hi children, today we learn pair of linear equation in two variables. So first of all, let's understand the meaning of this topic. Pair means when you have two things, okay? And what two things we are talking about here? It's linear. Linear means a polynomial with degree 1, an equation, an expression having an equal to sign. And when we are talking about two variables, we are talking about two unknown variables x and y here. In our 9th class, we have already studied linear equation in two variables. There we studied that the general form of a linear equation in two variables is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a, b and c are real numbers. But now this chapter means this chapter has this heading of pair of linear equation in two variables. So the general form here of pair of linear equations is, since we are talking about pair of linear equations, so it means we have two equations here. So what is the general form? a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Since they both are linear equations, so they are of this form, and I am putting a subscript here 1 and 2 to denote that they are first equation and second equation. Now here a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2 are real numbers. And there's one more condition, and a1 square plus b1 square should not be equal to 0. Similarly, a2 square plus b2 square should not be equal to 0. What does this condition exactly mean? Let's try to understand. Now suppose if I have any linear equation ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, is it possible that both a and b can be 0? Can I say 0x plus 0y plus c is equal to 0? C can be any number. Suppose I say it's 5. If your c is 5 or any number 3. So is it possible that 3 is equal to 0? No, not possible. So if I'm saying a1 square plus b1 square is not equal to 0, this means that a1 and b1 should not be 0 together, because if they are 0 together, then obviously any real number c will not be equal to 0. Okay, so any one can be 0. If I say 0x plus 5y plus 7 is equal to 0, okay, yes, fine, this is a linear equation in two variables, because I have two variables, and since a can be a real number, so it can be 0 also. I can also say 3x plus 0y minus 4 is equal to 0. So yes, this is a linear equation in two variables, because here b is 0, which can be a real number. So both of them together cannot be 0. Because if I say 0 square plus 0 square, that means if I am talking about a1 square plus b1 square, if both of them are equal to 0, then this is finally equal to 0, which is not possible. So that's why we have the condition that a1 square plus b1 square should not be equal to 0. Similarly, for the second equation, it is also saying the same thing. a2 square plus b2 square should not be equal to 0. Then only these two equations are linear equations in two variables. Now you all have understood the standard form, the general form of a pair of linear equation in two variables. Now let's quickly recall about the graph of linear equation in two variables, which you have already studied in class 9. All of you remember that the graph of a linear equation is a straight line. And how we used to do the plotting? We used to first of all find some solutions and then plot them on the graph. Let's take an example. Suppose I want to plot the graph of x plus y is equal to 3. So we used to find some solutions of this. We used to find some solution of this by substituting x some values. Suppose I substituted x as 0, then my y will be 3. If I substituted x as 1, my y will be 2. If I substitute x as -1, my y will be 4. And then we used to plot this on the graph. 3 points minimum required to plot a graph. So 0, 3 will be somewhere here, 1, 2 somewhere here, -1, 2 somewhere, -1, 4 somewhere here. So it used to be a straight line. And all the points on the line are known as the solutions. So suppose I want to check whether 0, 0 is the solution of this or not. 0, 0. Just substitute it in the equation. Are you getting 0 is equal to 3? No. So that means it is not a solution. And I can see on the graph here that the 0, 0 is not lying on the line. So all the points that lie on the line are the solutions of that equation, and any point which is not lying on the line is not the solution of that equation. So in this manner we used to plot the linear equation on a graph. Now when I am talking about a pair of linear equations, I am drawing two linear equations on the same graph, then what's happening? Suppose I want to draw 2 linear equations on a graph. What are the situations that I am going to get? Either I am going to get 2 intersecting lines, either I am going to get 2 parallel lines, or I am going to get 2 overlapping lines. We call them coincident lines. So I think only these 3 situations are possible whenever I want to draw 2 lines on a graph. So whatever examples we are going to do one example of each. Let's see the first example. Now look at the first example. Here my equations are x minus 2y is equal to 0 and 3x plus 4y is equal to 20. You can see here, when I draw the graph of this, I am getting 2 intersecting lines. Now when I am getting these 2 intersecting lines, I can see the 2 intersecting lines are intersecting at one point, and that point is 4, 2. It means that this point lies on first equation also and on second equation also. Therefore, it is the common point of both. It is the common solution of both. So whenever I have 2 equations and they have intersecting lines, then I have a unique solution, and that unique solution is the intersecting point. This is the point which lies on both of them. So it satisfies the first equation also and the second equation also. Let's take another example. 4x plus 6y is equal to 18, 2x plus 3y is equal to 9. So when I am drawing the graphs of these two, I am getting 2 lines which are coincident. Coincident means they are overlapping each other. I am getting the same points whenever I am taking the solutions of these. Let's check. Suppose I take x as 0, so y I will be getting as 3. If I take x as 3, so y will be 4 into 3 plus 6y equal to 18. So 6y is equal to 6, so y will be 1. If I take x as, if I am taking y as 0, then I am getting x as 4.5. So same solutions we are getting for the second equation also, and the 2 lines are overlapping each other. Let's take another example. Here I have these 2 equations and I am getting 2 parallel lines here. Now you can draw these graphs, but suppose if I say Just tell me whether the two lines will be intersecting, parallel or coincident without drawing the graph. Then how will we be doing that? Let's see that also. Look at the first example that I did with you. The first example was x minus 2y is equal to 0 and 3x plus 4y is equal to 20. Without drawing any graph, still we can find whether the lines are intersecting, coincident or parallel. This all can be done with the help of the coefficients. Just look at the coefficients here. What is my A1? A1 is 1, B1 minus 2 and C1 0, A2 3, B2 4 and C2 20. We are going to do the comparison of these ratios, A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2. Just find the first ratio. A1 upon A2 is 1 upon 3, B1 upon B2 is minus 2 by 4, that is minus half, and C1 upon C2 is 0. 0 by 20 is 0. So what do I observe? I observe that A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. I'm not bothered what the next ratio is, C1 upon C2. If my first two ratios are not equal, I am getting intersecting lines. Let's check the second example that we did. Here, what was A1? A1 4, B1 6, C1 18. A2 2, B2 3, C2 9. Please remember that in standard form we had a C1 on the left hand side and on the right hand side it was 0. So you can also take them like this, but you should be careful that in both the equations it should be on both same side. Either they should be on the left hand side, either they should be on the right hand side. But one on left hand side and one on right hand side is not acceptable. So here the ratio of A1 upon A2 is 4 by 2, 2 is to 1. B1 upon B2, 6 by 3, 2 is to 1. C1 upon C2, 18 by 9, again 2 is to 1. So what do we observe? That all the ratios are equal. If all the ratios are equal, that means the lines are also equal. That means they are overlapping each other. They are coincident to each other. Okay? So this ratio helps us in finding what kinds of lines we are going to get. Let's discuss the last example also. Here, what is A1? A1 is 2. What is B1? B1 is 4. What is C1? C1 is minus 12. A2 is equal to 1, B2 equal to 2 and C2 equal to minus 4. So therefore A1 upon A2 is equal to 2 by 1, B1 upon B2 is equal to 4 by 2, that is 2 by 1, and C1 upon C2 is equal to minus 12 by minus 4, it is 3 by 1. What do we observe here? We observe that the first two ratios are equal, but the last one is not equal. So if your first two ratios are equal and the last one is not equal, we are getting parallel lines. So hence the role of coefficients is very important in determining whether the lines are parallel, coincident or intersecting without drawing the graph. So let's have an observation table here. What do we observe? Finally, we have observed that in our first case, the ratios were these. The first two ratios were not equal and we had intersecting lines. There was exactly one solution. When I had my second equations, my ratios, all the ratios were equal. There were coincident lines. There were infinite many solutions. Why infinite many solutions? Because if two lines are overlapping each other, so that means all the points are same. They are having infinite points on them. So infinite solutions. Sorry. And the third one, in which I had the first two ratios were equal and the third one was not equal, they are parallel lines and we have no solution. Why? Because they are never going to intersect each other, they are never going to meet each other, so they will never have a point common in them, so they'll have no solution. And there's one more thing that is being asked, whether the lines are consistent or inconsistent. What do you mean by consistent or inconsistent? Consistent means having a solution. Consistent means you should have a solution. And inconsistent means no solution. So here, having a solution means either it can be one or it can be infinite. So what can I say? If I have exactly one solution, that means it is consistent. If I have infinite, then again also it is consistent. And when I have no solution, I can say it is inconsistent. So that was all for consistency of pair of linear equations. Thank you very much.